Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. There seems to be a bit of friction, excuse me, between Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Edgar Berlanga. Now, Berlanga has made comments saying he feels, very disrespected by Hearn because he's due to fight the undefeated Jonathan Gonzalez-Ortiz. That's tonight. And Jonathan Gonzalez-Ortiz, I think it's hyphenated, so that's his surname. He's 35 years old. He's from Puerto Rico. And this fight is in Orlando, Florida. He's undefeated in, like I say, 21 fights. He's got 20 wins with 16 KOs, one draw, no defeats. And he don't look like a bad fighter. I mean, the quality of his opposition isn't great, but then when you start your career, I suppose, you're not going to be fighting killers, are you? But he has had 21 fights, and he's fought in. I think he's based in Puerto Rico, but he's had most of his fights in America. So I wouldn't be overlooking this guy. You just never know. If someone's a bit of an unknown commodity, they can come at you and surprise you. But Berlanga is adamant that he's a big star now, and he was hoping for the William Skull fight, which Eddie Hearn said he would try to get him, but he couldn't. Hearn says that they were trying to make that fight, but they ran out of time. But he actually said, Hearn said that Berlanga is contracted to, following the Canelo fight, which was his previous fight, to take a non-title fight and then go for a bigger contest. Hearn also says that Berlanga's had 3 fights with Matchroom. Jason Quigley, which he won a unanimous decision over, 12-rounder that was. He then had Pedro McCrory, who he stopped in 6 rounds. That was another 12-rounder. And then he went the distance with Canelo, lost, I think, every round, was on the floor early in, I think, round 3. But, he wasn't shamed. I mean, it was a decent enough performance. I think a lot of people thought Canelo would stop Berlanga. I think I predicted he would. But he went the distance, and he's 27 years old now, Berlanga, 22 wins with 17 KOs, just that one defeat, no draws. And you think, okay, you're doing well. Your career trajectory is good. You're 27. You've got plenty of time. You can move up, get another big fight. There's plenty of time. But Berlanga wants it now. He doesn't want Jonathan Gonzalez-Ortiz or anyone like him, who is an unknown guy. He wants the big names. Well, William Skull's not a big name, is he? But anyway. When asked about whether the relationship between Matchroom and Berlanga would continue, Eddie Hearn says, I hope so, because I think we've done an excellent job. Not only did we get him those 3 fights, but we made him $12 million, life-changing money. He's set up for life unless he's an idiot and he spunks it all away. And we feel we can carry on doing good work with Edgar. But Edgar's saying, well, I'm a free agent afterwards. I'm a free agent, meaning, if you want me, you got to come and get me. He did say, fuck Oscar De La Hoya, so not in a good way. So I don't think he'll be going to Golden Boy, but Top Rank's a possibility. Queensbury, I suppose, maybe. I don't know. Look, I'm not one for burning my bridges. You can be critical, you can have differences, but they should be behind the scenes. To come public and start mouthing off, I mean, you are literally burning a bridge, because then if you turn around and say, well, actually, yeah, I think I'll carry on with Matchroom, people will say, what are you talking about? I thought you hated Matchroom. And it's a bad look. And also, once the trust is broken, it's very, very difficult to repair. Now, of course, some people will say, well, you shouldn't trust anyone in boxing. And I get it. I get that argument. That's not necessarily a bad bit of advice. But as Edgar himself said in interviews, look, this isn't personal, this is business. And he just feels that he could have had more for this, rather than this fight, which is coming up today, actually. Of course, if Edgar was to lose to Jonathan Gonzalez-Ortiz, that would make all this a moot point, wouldn't it, really? Gonzalez-Ortiz, I mean, like I say, he hasn't faced any killers. He's 35 as well. But again, you just never know. You can never be sure. Never be sure. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think also Berlanga was a bit disappointed because he said he wanted his next fight to be like a homecoming in inverted commas in Puerto Rico. But I think he's from New York, isn't he? From Brooklyn or somewhere like that, or Brownsville or something. I don't know. He's from New York, I thought Edgar was, but obviously he's got Puerto Rican heritage. But anyway, watch this space. Seems like he's not happy. And Eddie, God bless him, he did say something along the lines of, and I'm going to paraphrase this. He said, "Look, if you work with us, I'll go the extra mile for you, definitely. But if you don't want to work with us, that's absolutely fine too." I've got a feeling they'll be parting ways, but we'll see. We'll see. What do you think of this then? Do you care? Maybe you don't care. Maybe you think, oh, Edgar Berlanga, he's made a lot of money. He's had opportunities. Maybe you think he's coming across as an ungrateful brat. Maybe you think he's right not to trust Eddie Hearn. Maybe you think he's right to leave his options open. I don't know. You tell me. Comments below as usual. And of course, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing, because that's what we want. Build the channel up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Boxing on tonight. I shall return with some review videos, so keep a lookout for those. Meanwhile, bye for now.